certainly is resounding 3-0 for Chelsea at home, and obviously a real litmus test for Enzo Maresca and his team against a side like Barcelona. What was it Micah said before the game? He said Chelsea will destroy Barcelona.
I thought with Barcelona, they might control the game in terms of the tempo and everything, but if you defend like that, you're going to get punished, and Chelsea punish them tonight.
Maresca's doing a brilliant job with the squad that he's got. I still don't think the squad is like... Oh yeah, Mike has shown me. So the fourth in the Champions League group stages as well, league phase. Listen, I still think Chelsea is short in terms of winning the Champions League or the Premier League, but I think Maresca's doing a brilliant job with the squad he's got. It's not a bad squad, it's a good squad, but I think he's doing, well, certainly in the 18 months he's been at the club, I think he's done a brilliant job. A lot of managers find it tough. Don't forget the jump he's made. He's gone from the Championship with Leicester to Chelsea. That is a huge jump for a manager, and some managers find that tough, going from a smaller club in the Premier League to the top of the at a top club in the Premier League. But he knows how to coach top level football. Whether he'll eventually win a Premier League or a Champions League, who knows? There's a lot of competition in both competitions. But this guy he's got here, I think in the next few years, I think this fella's going to be a superstar. I felt that before the game, but I haven't watched him tonight. Obviously, Yamal was on the opposite side of him, if you like, but he's the one who stole the show.
Estêvão, you talked about him. Thierry, how much do you enjoy watching the young man play?
I love a player that has a go at his fullback. When he gets the ball, there is no nonsense. He goes, he turns, he goes, he will see what's in front of him. There is no, like, that's what I'm saying at one point. We were talking about it on the show that we were together, Jamie, the other day. I was like, a guy like that, you have to let him paint. When I say about that, is cooking. Like, you don't go to the house of a painter and tell him to do what he needs to do. Let him paint, and then he will. You said you love the frame or you don't love the frame of what he did, you know, or the drawing or whatever he did. Let him cook. This is what he's doing. Allow him to dribble.
Is he painting pictures?
Everything. He's painting everything. The way is like, you wouldn't like to play against him. Not because I'm not saying that you won't be able to stop him, but he's coming at you all the time. He's reminding me of that's early doors. That's why I think Ryan Giggs was one of the best, because he's coming at you the whole game. Whether he's having a good game or not a good game, he's trying to test you all the time and see if you're going to stop him or not. And that's how it is as a winger.
Will the frustration be for you then? Because I think what the point you've been trying to make, I think, probably for the last year, is there's not enough players who excite you and get you off your seat. Is the worry that because he's young and he's maybe playing a bit free, that the longer he's with, I'm not saying Maresca, but coaches, that ends up getting coached out of him a little bit? Do you think that's the problem, that it's actually coaches taking this away from players, the longer they're sort of with them and in the team?
I do think so, because coaches at times are scared of transition, counter-attack, playing against a low block. You know, if you lose the ball too early, you're going to get done being open. But the first quality of the kid is to dribble. Why are you going to take that away? For me to be able to make you tired or take advantage of what I've done, it's like if you stop a boxer to jab. Like, how is he going to work? Like, if I don't go at you 5 to 6 to 7 times, you stop me, how am I going to have the 8th time? You go to the 8th time, you're like, oh, I can see he's tired now. 9th time, he doesn't want me anymore. 10, 11, it's easy. Then I score at the end because you're tired. If I don't make you run and I pass the ball all the time, it's an easy job for you as a right back or a left back. Let him cook. Let him play. We need to enjoy this type of players and type of games. You know, I mentioned Michael Olise, Bukayo Saka. It's not always, doesn't have to be scripted all the time. Pass the ball. Don't lose it.
But do you say that to them? When he was managing Elise, and
yes, I said
as well. That's that type of player.
I said to Desiree Doué, and I think I said it on the show. I don't remember. I put him on against Egypt. Semi-final, we're losing. I put him on because I think he's very good in 1v1. The game has changed. I needed someone to go and not think anymore. It was very different game. So I said, you come on. Whenever you have the ball, you have a go. I don't really care. Have a go. 1v1 will put you. Do what you have to do. He passed the ball 1 time back, 2nd time back. I said, if you do that again, you come out. I made you just lose the ball. Do something. Next thing you know, after that, yellow, over yellow, right back, sent off. We won the game. Like, what made you arrive there? Dribbling. So why are you going to speak to the guy in a negative way? Don't do that. Don't do it.
I think that the most difficult thing in football, people can have different opinions, but I think actually dribbling. I think even if you watch football, even great teams, they'll only have one player in the team who can really dribble.
Most players would get it and pass
Nowadays,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. And when you've got someone who can do it, that's why we love Maradona. That's why it's just like when you see goals, like he's probably still got the most famous goal in football that everybody knows about, the goal against England, because you don't see players do that. It's so difficult. Even though we've all played at the top level, we know how difficult it is to dribble through players. That's why you're revered as the greatest player to play in the Premier League, because you've scored goals and you've done things that no one else can do. People can score a great goal, or can be lucky, or can be quick, or can defend, or can play a nice pass. We can all do that. We've all done that on occasions. But no one, you can't dribble. If you can't dribble, you can't dribble. You can't go past players. And that's what makes it something. That's what I think it's so special to see somebody have that ability.
I agree. You know, there's that myth that now people talk about speed. And how quick were you? And who is the fastest? Who cares if you can control the ball? Like I've seen a lot of players that are fast, but they disturb the fan. They disturb the linesman. Ball goes, they go out. Ball control out. That guy, when he runs, Ryan Giggs, when he used to run, Robert Pires, when he used to run, they never used to lose speed while they had the ball at their feet. This is not rugby on American football. Ball is here. I'm not running with the ball here. People can, you know, in rugby, on American football, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's way more difficult to run with the ball at your feet and keep control of the ball, head up, see 360. It's not an easy one. That's more valuable for me than you're fast. You need to be fast here. And if you're fast here and you're fast, good with your feet, and you can run also, then by any means, you're in trouble playing against that guy.
Oh, we were in trouble.
Oh.
Very big problems.
So it was a good night for Chelsea, all in all. Let's take you out to Stamford Bridge, because scorer of Chelsea's third goal tonight, that's right, Liam Delap is with us. Welcome to the show. Putting 3 past Barcelona, you yourself putting 1 past Barcelona. That's got to feel like a good night of football, does it?
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's why I came to this club for incredible moments like this, and we showed together today that we're a team and really together. So yeah, really proud.
Liam, the start of the season, you've been a little bit in and out. You've obviously had the injury, a couple of indiscretions maybe with the referees at different times. But what's it been like, that jump to Chelsea? Obviously, you come from Ipswich. A little taste of the Premier League.
And Man City.
No, listen, we understand that. And you got your Man City head on. But what's it been like playing for one of the biggest clubs, obviously, in this country, and obviously, you know, a European champion twice?
Yeah, you know, it's been a really big jump, but I think, you know, I've been welcomed here really well, and, you know, I know a lot of people here, and they've really helped me. Obviously, I had a frustrating start with the injury, but hopefully now I can just kick on and, you know, start doing and having more moments like tonight.
Liam, congratulations. This is Thierry here. I just wanted to for you to talk a bit about the way you went as a team at Barcelona, because it looked like you were not scared. You went to put pressure. You had a go. You didn't sit and let them control the game. You know, you were dictating the game on and off the ball. So I wanted you to talk a bit about that, and please be nice with Arsenal at the weekend.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think, you know, we had a game plan. We know they play a really high line, and they've got really good attacking players. So we knew we had to be really defensively solid and then take our opportunities when we could go in behind. And, you know, I think everyone on the pitch tonight, defensively and attacking, did really well, and, you know, the game plan worked.
Liam, can I just ask you, your accent, it sounds a little bit south, a little bit north. What's your accent all about? Where are you from? I know your dad, but what's going on?
Blame him. He's moved me about too much. Yeah, no, I don't know. A mix of everything. I've obviously moved about with him, and, you know, grew up in Manchester and all over, to be fair, so I don't really know what it is, but it is what it is.
Liam, I love watching you play as a centre forward. You're like a throwback, almost like an old-fashioned centre forward. You rough people up, you knock people about. I mean, is that something you think you might have to curb a little bit, you know, the way the game is now, with maybe referees and maybe, you know, yellow cards, or how much of that can you keep in your game, do you think, going forward?
Yeah, I think, you know, I can obviously keep a lot of it. You know, that's been me. That's always been me from, you know, the day I can remember. I've loved bouncing people around and, you know, using my strength. But I think, obviously, like I showed the other week, you know, I've got to be careful because there's lots of eyes everywhere, and, you know, I just got to, you know, sort it out and make sure that, you know, I still keep my strength, but also, you know, I'm sensible with it and don't be giving away silly fouls or getting getting silly yellow cards and obviously red.
Well, what teams don't want to do this season is not just give away silly fouls, is give away silly throw-ins. Now, you know where I'm going with this one. Is there any chance your dad, Rory Delap, could make a comeback at some stage this season in the Premier League? Because it feels like every team in the league wants somebody who can take a long throw-in.
Yeah, I know. I think, you know, he'd probably be worth a lot of money nowadays. But, yeah, no, he's probably too old now. But, you know, he was here tonight, so I'm happy that he was here. And, you know, he can watch me now, my little brother. So, yeah, I'm sure he's proud.
Well, I was about to thank you. The producers want me to thank you, but I've got a couple of more questions. The trim's looking magnificent. Where did you get that done, sir?
Just round there.
Oh, yeah?
The boys, yeah.
OK. And obviously you must watch the show. I know you're on Instagram and all that, and you know the social media.
Do you follow each other?
Well, no, I follow him.
DMs?
I follow him.
Oh, have you not followed them back?
I've not seen it.
I followed him. So you know the show and all that. So we want to know who's your favourite on the show.
I don't know. City connections. I might have to stick with that.
Oh! Say it loud and proud, baby. But on a serious note, congratulations.
Thank you.
All the best for the rest of the season.
You guys be nice with Arsenal. Be nice with Arsenal, guys.
I'm not sure.
Congratulations. Great to see him and getting that goal
Thank
against
you, thank
Barca,
you,
mate.
thank
Well
you.
done.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Liam, thank you so
later.
much. Good to see you.
Thank you. Bye.
Lovely.
If you met him on holiday, would you say he's a very nice lad?
He looks a
Would?
nice boy, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
defines a nice lad?
You can just look at them, you can tell.
What's he mean?
You can see it in his eyes. He's
Salt to the earth.
So why McTominay's a
Yeah.
nice lad? Why? Because
He looks humble.
Okay.
He's not giving it big time.
Do I
He's
look
not
humble?
buying big fancy watches and silly cars.
Says a man with a Rolex on.